Today I'm going to share my workflow on how to create original SEO optimized content using Neuron Writer and Agility Writer. There will be links to both of these applications in the video description, so check those out. Let's get started. And what we're going to do here is logging in and creating a new query. So this is where you enter whatever it is that you're going to be writing your topic about. So the query that I started with is best wilderness camping in California. So when it does this query for you, what Neuron Writer does is it looks at the 10 best ranking websites for this topic. You can see what those websites are by clicking this TOP analysis button. And you will get a listing of the websites that it's looking at in order to generate its recommendations for SEO optimization. So what this table shows you is the URL for the articles. It shows you the content score that article is getting at the moment. It also shows you Moz page authority. This is another SEO tool. It shows you the external links pointing out from this page, and the page title, the language, and also like how many words are in the article. No, actually the content length. So that's not necessarily the length of the article itself. That's the content that's on that page. Probably also includes like ads and things like that. And then the word count. So this is the actual number of words in the article. So this is really helpful to know how Neuron Writer it's building its analysis. In this same analysis section, we were on the competition page. If you click on competitor structure, you also see the structure of these articles, all of their H2, H3 headings. So you can see like what's the best type of article outline for the articles that you're going to be writing. So getting back over to our workflow. So when Neuron Writer does this query, it comes up with a list of the terms that you need to have in your article so that you can rank at least as good or better than the competition. And so there's a few different categories of terms. So these are just basic keywords. These are extended like keyword phrases. And then it also gives you your terms that what you should have in your headings, your H1, your H2 headings. So this is the most important part of what we're getting from Neuron right now. And now we're going to head over to Agility Writer, and this is a content automation platform, and we're going to log in and click on the Advanced tab on the dashboard, and Agility Writer has the ability to create AI undetectable content. So what we're going to do with Neuron is we're going to copy all of these terms that it's collected for us. Oops. And we're going to paste it into this terms box here in Agility Writer. I'm just going to copy all of them. You can put a lot of terms in here. You can put up to 2,500. So we're getting near we've almost filled this box up, so we're going to stop here. So now we know that we have a lot of the terms that we want to be able to rank this article. And we're going to put in the title of the article. Just copy it from here. We're going to tell Agility Writer how many headings we want. Let's just make it like 8. We want to keep the article structure at advanced. So where it says here, GPT version AI detection, if you want your content to be AI undetectable, you need to click the advanced anti-AI. So this is just for if you want AI undetectable. So we're going to select that. I leave these blank. I don't really spend too much time on audience, tone of voice. So for outline, so we're going to have Agility Writer create an outline for us. So Agility Writer has finished the outline and it looks pretty in-depth. So we're going to go over back to Neuron Writer, and looking once again in this TOP analysis section, you can just visually compare the structure of these top ranking articles with the structure that Agility Writer is suggesting. And it looks like Agility Writer is going to create a much more in-depth article when I compare it to this what's already existing in Google. So that's a good thing. So this looks like a solid article structure. Agility Writer also has the ability to do things like add key takeaways if you want, FAQ section. I don't really like Agility Writer's FAQ sections, but it is an option. Image prompts, YouTube videos, which I will select. Add styling, which of course you want. You want to make sure your in-depth factual data is selected because this allows Agility Writer to search the web. You can include authority links so that it will link out to high authority websites, which is really helpful for SEO. Internal links is also helpful. I'm not going to select it right now, but this is where you can link to existing articles on your website. The improved readability, I always make sure that's selected. Agility Writer has a great feature now integrated with, it creates AI images for you, and they're pretty good. So I'm going to leave this selected. You can also change the size and orientation, the style. I'm going to go for just photos, but you can have it look differently if you want. And you can add alt tags. So let's include that as well. And so this looks good to go, and I just click Add to the writing queue. So now my article is in process. Okay, so Agility Writer has finished creating the article. It is 6,239 words. So first thing first, we're going to copy this article. Click this button and see how it scores on originality.ai, because the goal here is to create AI undetectable content. So I'm going to drop the content in here, and I'm going to unselect plagiarism checker and scan. Okay, so our article is 85% original. So we're scoring 85% original, 15% AI, which is great. And originality shows us what parts of the article are most likely have AI in them. So it's a few at the end and some at the beginning. So this is great. So now it's time to paste this article in Neuron Writer so we can optimize it for SEO. Okay, so I've dropped it in, and we are getting a score of 63 out of 73, which is pretty fantastic because I haven't even done any optimizations at this point. So the way that Neuron Writer works is it has its terms that you should have in your article, and it even tells you the amount of times each term should appear. Everything highlighted as green means you have that term in the article the perfect amount of times. If it's yellow, you're nearing a little too much. You might want to remove some of those instances. And if it's red, you want to decrease the amount that keyword is appearing. If it's gray, that means you don't have any instances of that keyword in the article. So in order to improve the score, you would go through these terms and you would copy a term and then find a good spot in the article to drop that term. So you would have to, this is where it's a little tedious because you'd want to go through and make sure that you're adding terms in the right way. But it's pretty easy to do. And the more terms you're adding, the higher your score is going to increase. Once you start getting into the green, that is Neuron Writer's way of telling you that your article is ranking with basically the top 3 or 4 articles in Google. So that's the process. But as I said, starting with Neuron Writer to generate our terms list, taking that terms list over to Agility Writer and using that to create unique content by basically guiding Agility Writer and telling it exactly what we want it to include in our article. Then scanning that content in originality.ai to make sure that we are generating original content, and then taking all this back over to Neuron, dropping it in, and optimizing it based on what the top articles in Google are already doing. So hopefully this workflow is useful. I will have links to all of these programs, all of these different services in the video blog description. So please check those out and like this video if it's been helpful. And thanks for watching.